We're still trying to diversify, what we're doing. Basically trying to become multiple companies at once.
Yeah, exactly.
We wanted to control the experience of creation.
Exactly. I feel like that's a little bit of our superpower. We move quickly and punch above our weight.
And then we took a lot of big bets as an organization, and many of them have paid off in spectacular ways. Yeah. Now we're in a podcast studio.
Exactly. Paper magazines used to define my world. That's of course all gone now. I mean, newsstands now are just candy. Yeah, these magazines are more than 10 years old. Who even cares at this point? Of course, initially, the transition from paper to screen did lead to a massive die-off in the industry. And then the internet crushed the old advertising business. And then now, of course, there's the specter of AI, there's social video, all kinds of challenges kind of mounting for the industry. A bit sad. To be clear, this is a promotional film, a marketing campaign for Sanity, the company where I am a co-founder and CTO. And back in the glory days of media, we would just create some ads and we would place them somewhere and you would see them. But here we are creating a documentary. This is kind of the point. Companies like us are turning into media companies in a way. We are building our own audiences, creating our own content. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Media companies, on the other hand, are turning into a lot of different kinds of companies with interesting, diversified business models. So let's go learn from the best. The media companies rebooting their industry on hard mode. That's actually Anthony from Complex. So we're gonna go there now. So that's the streetwear kind of pop culture thing. Oh. Hey, Anthony.
Hey, Simen.
So good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's pretend it's not awkward.
Yeah, less awkward. Hey, Simen, good to see you.
Thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, of course.
Were we going to go sneaker shopping first?
Yeah, we're going to go sneaker shopping.
Let's go.
Sneaker shopping is a show that we do that's millions of views with amazing artists and actors, musicians.
Incredible. And they're all mine.
Everybody, it's Joe from Complex. We're in New York City, we're in LA, Boston, Las Vegas, Miami, Atlanta, Beijing, China.
So we launched Complex TV in 2012.
Not like on YouTube or?
No, yeah, that was our own kind of on our website streaming platform.
Yeah. So you were already living in this future back like 15 years ago.
Yeah, back in 2012, we were already doing it.
Most kind of media companies are now discovering the need to kind of constantly reinvent their business models, but like that's been in the Complex DNA from the beginning.
Yeah, we've been doing it and we're still doing it, but we're still trying to diversify, what we're doing. We've been on the forefront of what's cool and what's latest in popular culture.
Yeah.
And I think people still kind of come to us to find out.
Sneaker culture is a big part of that, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so Complex started off as a buyer's guide magazine in 2002.
Yeah.
And yeah, sneakers has always been at the forefront of, urban and street culture.
Yeah. These like winter shoes, but also I feel like should kind of tie into sneaker culture a little bit.
Yeah.
They are the wrong ones?
Yeah, those aren't the New York pair of Timbs.
Because of the seam here?
And the lacing, you got to work on the lacing as well. We have an article on our website to help you figure out the proper lacing technique.
Oh, perfect.
Complex. It was founded by Mark Echo, who started Echo Unlimited clothing.
The Rhino brand. Like
the Rhino brand. Yeah. He's a famous fashion designer and graffiti artist, so that kind of helped jumpstart the roots of the company.
But I feel like the New Balance shoes, like that coming back was like incredibly weird to me because those are the kind of ultimate dad shoes, right?
That specifically that's the dad
That's
shoe.
the Seinfeld shoe, right?
Yeah. I recently became a dad, so I'm going to have to pick up a pair of these for myself eventually.
Exactly.
Digital was always there.
Yeah.
So before, the first 2 issues of Complex magazine actually started off as an enhanced CD-ROM.
Oh, really?
That was attached to the clothing.
When was that?
That was in 2002.
Oh, wow. This was an experimental media company, like even before the first paper version came out.
Exactly. I mean, we started off as a magazine. Then in the 2010s, we became more of a digital-first property, more focusing on the websites, building a media network.
Yeah.
At one point, we were hundreds of websites.
Yeah.
We pivoted to video content before that was a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we were always trying to stay ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And then even now we're trying to, figure out what's next. But I think we have a marketplace and then we partner with a lot of brands. So commerce is definitely the next big initiative for us. Through our marriage of content and commerce and just our experiential platforms, because we also do ComplexCon, our yearly event. Yeah, I mean, we're basically trying to become multiple companies at once.
Yeah, exactly. This is kind of like getting wild.
Yeah, and I think that we can mix and match
Yeah.
what we do even better now.
Because it's not only that you have an e-commerce operation, you actually create unique apparel.
Every time we come out with a cover, like our most recent cover was with Billie Eilish, we launched a collaboration with her. So yeah, then these are things that you can only get in the Complex marketplace that are exclusive to us.
You're just respecting the fact that it was always about like merchandising and advertising, but now you just like cut out the middleman, I guess.
Yeah, cut out the middleman. Like we're basically providing a one-stop destination for superfans.
Exactly. So now it's Morning Brew, but I'll pretend this is my first time.
Okay.
Because the office is huge.
Okay.
This used to be like an email newsletter, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, do you do cold brew?
Yeah, we got cold brew upstairs. All right, so this is our first studio, our YouTube channel, social channels. So this one's kind of under construction.
This is where we do The Mandalorian.
Exactly. This is where we shoot our daily show.
Neat. This is like some next level stuff. Christopher, do you think we could just do the interview in here? Would that be possible?
Of course.
Our names and stuff under...
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, cool. You can do that. Live from the Morning Brew studios in Manhattan, this is Behind the Experience with Simon Sveil and...
Emily Diamond, SVP of Product.
And Aaron Allen, Senior Product Designer.
Can we do the names? Like, yes.
There we are.
You should be here more.
Oh, the lights are great for us.
They are.
People don't know that you are not here all the time, but you aren't. Because you are the people behind the people.
We are.
We are, usually behind a computer screen.
Yes. We work on all of our internal tools, websites, newsletters, a lot of the core product that supports the entire organization.
Let's kind of rewind. So like what Morning Brew, like it used to be a newsletter. That's kind of how I heard about it first.
Yes, exactly. So we started almost 10 years ago now as a single newsletter called Morning Brew. And they created the product as a way to help folks looking to get finance jobs, as a way to help them understand the Wall Street Journal. And it just grew and grew and grew.
Because now it's a huge thing.
Yeah. Now we're in a podcast studio.
Exactly.
So over the last couple of years or handful of years, the brand grew outside of just a single newsletter product. And then we took a lot of big bets as an organization, and many of them have paid off in spectacular ways. The Morning Brew Daily Podcast is the #1 business news podcast on Spotify.
Exactly.
The personalities behind the content creation in the newsletter are our hosts. So it's really organic, but it's another way to reach new audiences that want to learn about what's going on in the world in a different format. We now have 9 creator-led brands. And then we also have this really amazing professional B2B focused media arm. And the business is very dynamic and much more than just a newsletter, but newsletter is very core to our DNA as a business.
One of the side effects of starting out as a newsletter and even as starting out as an email listserv is that's a really intimate way to communicate. And so we had just by default an easy way to know our readers. Folks were responding to the email. We still get so much fan mail. We get a lot of feedback. And I would say that that's one of the things that Morning Brew has done, across all of our brands is really gotten to know our readers in a way that lets us continue to provide that value and continue to make sure that the advertisers that we feature those provide value too. So it's sort of like, I'm excited to learn about this new brand that really fits kind of my ethos, my work style, because we know all those things about our audience. That's been able to serve us really well.
In one sense, you are traditional media. Like your main kind of revenue is still advertising, like in the 80s.
Yes,
that's amazing.
It's still working for us.
Good work if you can get it.
Totally. But we're doing it. I think because the content is written in our voice and specifically for our audience, it really resonates.
Your people do the actual content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll get a creative brief from advertisers, but then we custom create the content. Lots of folks read the newsletter and they say, "Oh my goodness, there's ads? I had no idea."
Exactly.
Which is a testament to how great the creative is in our ad products.
I came from TV back in the 90s. That's kind of where I started. And it was like super easy in one sense because you tried as best you could to make programming that built audience, and then someone sold ads. You didn't know them.
Right.
You didn't know what they would put there. The shape of the business now is more, like you said, you identify the niche, like these are our people, and then you build this ecosystem around them.
Yes, and then ensuring that there's a strong business to be had around that space. When I first joined, one of my first challenges was figuring out what CMS system was going to support us in the future. We were a newsletter-focused media company. We wanted to grow into websites and other things, but we didn't totally know what those things were just yet. And the thing that really drew us to Sanity was the content is data ethos and the fact that we could really expand in any direction and it wasn't super opinionated. But there was a great foundation there that we could work with. There was enough structure that we didn't need to build from scratch, but that it could really help us move into whatever space we were going to move into.
Yeah, and we claimed to be that, and it turned out to be true.
It definitely it did.
Okay, let's just quickly explain a few things. Sanity is a content operating system. So if you are a content business, we are built for this new reality because you can bring in all of those different content kind of activities into one system. So of course your articles, your blog posts, but also e-commerce, events, podcasts, social, it can all kind of be built into the same cohesive system for the entire team. So because Sanity is an engineering platform, we provide these kind of general modules that every content business needs, and then it can be customized, built out by developers super fast, but super tailored to exactly how your business needs to function, and then evolve as your business needs evolve. So I guess to follow the rest of the story, this is pretty much everything you need to know.
Our engineers, they learned one system and they know they can build absolutely anything on top of it. And that has been fun too, just to see sort of like how far can we push it. And we have not found a limit, so it's been fun.
The limit does not exist.
Yeah.
We have so many different teams working in our Sanity studios right now. We have our editorial teams, we have marketing teams, we have growth teams, we have our data and insights team, we have ad teams that all are able to create and control different pieces of the user ecosystem in that space.
Yeah.
And that it's been very nice that we haven't had to decide every single time we wanted to expand into one of these areas, where is that content going to be created? Where is that content going to be operated and controlled? It was always Sanity, and it was nice that we could create those spaces specifically for those use cases and those internal audiences, and it be a user-friendly space and also very easy for our product designers and our engineers to work within.
One of the things too that sets Morning Brew apart, we've been able to do all of this with a pretty trimmed team.
Yeah.
So
Yes. So Morning Brew Inc. is, I think, about 220 people, and our product team is 10.
Oh, how big is your audience?
I'd say our biggest single product, our email, goes out to more than 4 million people, but across YouTube, social media, our web brand, our web publications, I think hundreds of millions of folks are able to consume our content every month.
Exactly, operated by a team of 10.
Yes.
Yes.
Not bad.
No, that's very good. That's lean. Amazing.
There's a bunch of different teams that comprise, Complex, our editorial team, ad operations team, shop team also, experiential team, branded content team, video squad. It's really hard to kind of figure out how all these teams are supposed to work in tandem together when they all do such different things. But, to our audience, we want to try to create a cohesive experience.
I feel sometimes when you want to create a cohesive experience to your users, you actually also need to provide a cohesive experience to your editorial team.
Yes, we need it to be more efficient and more productive, especially again, just with the changing digital landscape. We knew we needed to be able to support just different content formats. I mean, I've been with the company for 12 years and it's always been able to evolve into what it needed to be. So we knew that we would kind of need something that would be more flexible and future-proof. Yeah. And I think Sanity's absolutely provided that for us.
No! So it's going to be Semafor now, so Kellen and Mark. So Kellen, like, what is Semafor for the few people who don't know?
Semafor is a new news brand for a new era in media. We are a company that is sharing insight and journalism with people who have hard decisions to make in the world, that really need to understand global context and the nuances. We're trying to interpret and guide and do really rigorous reporting on issues through our newsletters, through the web, and through a bunch of events that really help illuminate complexity around the world.
And the event stuff you're doing, that's not like just some on the side stuff, that's a core.
It's become a huge core piece of what we do. We talk about it as live journalism, and I think one of our favorite pieces is when we're able to break news on the stage.
Yeah. You are thinking about all of these things, the commercial things, the content things, that's one thing.
They all have to connect. We have to be successful. Our editorial strategy, our product and tech strategy, and our revenue strategy have to be in lockstep.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a little bit of our superpower. We're small and we're really good at working collaboratively at Semafor.
Yeah.
So it allows us, again, to move quickly and punch above our weight.
And it really does make a cohesive and complete business.
You know what? It's just too cold. Let's go inside.
Agreed.
You know, when I was at the Times, the newsroom and the product and technology org were extremely separate from each other. And I had a role early on where I was the person in the newsroom that was allowed to go and talk to the development team and the product managers. And I think over time that's really shifted. You know, those things have come a lot closer together at the Times. And, you know, I think at Semafor they're
Yeah, that feels like the big point. Like the product really is the digital media. It's so intertwined with each other, right? You can't share. It feels like the old days, it was like you had the web that did the printing, which was a whole different thing, right? Like the trucks that delivered the newspaper, those never met, right? And it feels like there's such a closer coupling of what we do.
We have so many people from different media orgs on our team, you from BuzzFeed, from Axios, from the Times, from the Washington Post, and so we didn't have to go through that painful realization. We brought it with us.
In Semafor?
To Semafor, yeah.
You started there, you knew
it almost feels like it's funny, like when you're telling your story, it's like BuzzFeed stories feels like almost we were coming from two different directions, which is we had no experience in media and how to be a company and how to actually be a grown-up media company and like evolving into that, where like the Times is trying to figure out how to be a modern digital media company, and like in some ways we converged, right?
You kind of set your goals as one. You're not filing work orders to the engineers.
Exactly. We have a super collaborative team, and I think that extends beyond product and tech.
Kellen sends me a fax every Monday morning, and I go through it.
To-dos for you?
No, I think we're super collaborative, and then in a lot of ways that's why the revenue team and the news team have enjoyed working with us, because we say, bring us your best idea. We want to do the thing that's best for the company. We're not trying to be territorial and build our beautiful vision.
Like we were talking about Semafor and like what our audience was on day one and what it is now and how we think about it. I think this is where Semafor has been really great as an org. We're good at adapting to the changing landscape. I think it's been one of the keys to our success, right?
So even if your plans don't work out, you can still be successful. Like you can still be succeeding, even though not the stuff you planned out.
Yeah, and I would argue that that's the only way to be successful, right? Because your plans never work out.
I think we launched into an environment that was totally new and totally different. A lot of the playbooks that we built at previous companies didn't quite apply, and had to sort of write our own audience and product playbook for a world without meaningful social traffic, for a world with fewer Google referrals, and sort of get ourselves and our journalism and our business out into the world.
Yeah, I think the couple of things that we loved about Sanity, one was the life cycle for Sanity is great, right? It's like building a React app, right? Where like all the other tools I used in the past is it doesn't fit into the life cycle of development, this kind of rapid, agile. And Sanity really allows that, leans into that, which we loved.
Things that came out of the box, but also the control to build our own features and structures was a huge benefit. I think we get a lot of credit for work that is
I was just going to say,
from our
are we
newsroom.
making you heroes?
No, I was going to say, when we showed it to edit, they were like, "Oh my God, this is incredible!" And I was like, "I just let you put stuff into an array, you know."
So usually we'll cut out the part where the editorial team usually hates everything you do.
Sorry, that's fair. That's fair.
You know, I think you've had a lot of bad experiences if you've worked in media companies with outdated tech, with things that were built in-house and not really cared for. And
Yeah, and probably a better way to say is like, this is a hard thing to do well, and I've done it a few times, and they're always janky or confusing, and it's hard to get it right. And I feel like, I mean, part of it was our experience, or part of it was the Sanity tooling, and those two things came together to really do it well.
So eventually they are happy.
Yeah, I think, yeah, eventually they're happy.
So today we met 3 very different companies. And I'm sure yours is even differenter. What these companies had in common, I feel, is that they had a clear identity. They have a voice, they know their audience, they know why they exist. Everything else, they are willing to challenge. Their business model, how they express themselves, the kinds of content they put out, even the formats that they kind of appear in. Your challenges are, of course, completely different. But if any of this resonates, let's talk. This has been Behind the Experience, New York. Thank you for your time.